right. All right, I call the July 14th, 2020 Board of Adjustment meeting for Fuquay-Varina open. Call it in order. Any exhibit shown tonight will become the property of the town. Anyone wishing to address the board tonight will be required to take an oath. The town attorney will swear you in by reading the oath to each person and will be required to affirm their oath. Do you want to do the remote instructions first?
Sure.
Okay.
All attendees that have joined the meeting tonight have joined muted. If you wish to speak during the meeting, you will need to notify staff you wish to speak. If you are joining the meeting online and wish to speak, please press the raise hand button. Because there will be an oath involved, if you wish to join the meeting tonight, you will need to have both audio and visual capabilities. You will be unmuted at the time. After you raise your hand, we will call out your name. You'll be unmuted at this time and allowed to speak. Once you've finished speaking, you'll be muted for the remainder of the meeting. If you wish to speak again, you will need to raise your hand again.
All right. Thank you, Pam. All right, at this time, I believe Mr. Bartlett is the only one online, so if town attorney would swear him in. Please.
Okay, Mr. Bartlett, if you will, raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Robert Bartlett,
Solemnly swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
do solemnly swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
So help me God, for evidence presented before the Board of Adjustment
So help me God, for evidence presented before the Board of Adjustments
of the town of Fuquay-Varina, North Carolina.
of the town of Fuquay-Varina, North Carolina.
Thank you.
All right, we'll move to agenda. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm
I just
sorry.
read.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, you want to read it?
I, Pamela Davison, solemnly swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help me God, for evidence presented before the Board of Adjustment of the town of Fuquay, North Carolina.
All right. Thank you, James, Pam, Robert. All right, we will move on to agenda item 2, which is the approval of the minutes for the June 8th, 2020 meeting. Has everyone had a chance to read those minutes?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Are there any comments on those minutes? All right, I do have one comment. On page 2 of the minutes, under agenda section titled agenda item number 4.a, under the third subheading special use request, second line from the bottom is incomplete. It says add additional and relocate the repaired vehicle parking. I assume there's a missing word there, and I assume that word is parking from looking back at my notes. So I would submit that as an addition to those minutes. Other than that I don't have any. Any additional comments? All right, do I hear a motion to approve the minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve as amended.
Okay, I have one motion to approve as amended. And do I have a second?
I'll
All right.
second.
Raise your hand, Angela. All right, Angela
Sorry.
seconds. All right, all in favor, raise your right hand. All right. Minutes are approved as amended. All right, item 3 is items tabled from the previous meeting. We don't have any that I'm aware of.
Nope.
All right, so we'll move on to agenda item 4, which is the public hearing. And this is for a special use permit petition by the S.T. Wooten Construction Company at 3625 Banks Road, pin 0688542995, petition BOA-SUP-2020-03. All right, and Mr. Bartlett?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Bartlett, just so you understand the composition of the board, a special use permit requires a simple majority. The constituted board is 6 members, 2 are not here tonight, so you would need a unanimous vote on each findings of fact plus the petition as a whole in order to have this approved. Do you wish to continue with your evidence?
Yes, I do.
All right. Let it be noted that the petitioner is moving forward with his petition. Taking minutes tonight will be Teresa Wilder. So I want to make sure that the board will raise their right hand if they are voting or making a motion or a second, just so she knows who is doing what. All right, Mr. Bartlett, do you understand, I've said that to you, but do you understand that all 4 findings of fact have to be approved and the petition as a whole has to be approved in order for the petition to be approved itself?
Yes, I do.
Okay. All right. I'll turn it over to Ms. Davison to review the petition from the town.
Thank you. I'm submitting the agenda abstract and supporting documents into the official record of the town. The subject property is located at 3625 Banks Road on a 17.05 acre lot within the town's corporate limits. The existing building on the subject property is currently used as a concrete batching plant. The zoning of the subject property is heavy industrial, research light industrial, and residential agricultural. The surrounding properties to the north, south, east, and west are all used for a mix of industrial, commercial, educational, office, residential, and resource conservation uses. The petitioner is requesting a special use permit for a 2-story, 1,536 square foot batch plant control building replacement within the heavy industrial zoning district as required by section 9-1255N2 batching plant, asphalt and concrete of the Land Development Ordinance. This use will be in addition to the current and continued use as a concrete batching plant. The findings of fact are as follows. Finding 1, the proposed use or development will or will not materially endanger the public health or safety if located where proposed and developed according to the plan as submitted because. Finding 2, the proposed use meets or does not meet all required conditions and specifications because. Finding 3, the proposed use will or will not substantially injure the value of adjoining property or the use is a public necessity. Finding 4, the location and character of the proposed use, if developed according to the plan submitted, will or will not be in harmony with the area in which it is to be located and in general conformity with the plan of development of the town of Fuquay-Varina and its ordinance because. The petitioner has been advised that the burden of proof and evidence upon submitting such application is the responsibility of the petitioner. Such proof and evidence presented must demonstrate that the required findings of fact have been met.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Davison. All right, Mr. Bartlett, would you please go through your petition and enter into evidence your findings of facts? First, state your name and your occupation and your experience, please.
Yes, name is Robert Bartlett. I'm president of Bartlett Engineering and Surveying. Have been since 1997 and involved doing site development and this type of work. So this request is to allow for a new control room building for the concrete batching plant. Existing batching plant is outdated, poor condition, not efficient, and just a lot of reasons need to be replaced. And I guess it's appropriate I just move forward from that with the statements of the findings. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so, finding number one, the proposed use will not materially endanger the public health or safety located where proposed and developed according to the plan as submitted. The proposed control room and office building will enhance the on-site health and safety of its employees, truck drivers, and visitors. Finding number two, the proposed use meets all required conditions and specifications. The proposed two-story, 1,536 square foot building will provide for an upstairs office and control room to monitor the site's operations, traffic flow, and the lower floor will provide amenities for the truck drivers, including men's and women's restrooms and lockers. Finding number three, the proposed use will not substantially affect the value of adjoining property as the area is well screened by existing vegetation on three sides and by large industrial use to the north. Finding four, the location and character of the proposed accessory building will be in harmony with the heavy industrial uses within the site and the surrounding area and will conform with the town of Fuquay-Varina ordinances.
All right, Mr. Bartlett, if you would you continue with the contributing factor descriptions, please?
Yes, so with circulation, the subject property is served by one existing grandfathered in long access road leading in and out from Banks Road to the north. It's a private site with no public safety issues. Internal traffic flow and control is one of the reasons for this SUP request. The parking and loading location areas, internal operations, current employee parking is provided along the north property line, approximately 50 feet south of the property line. Nothing would change with that. Service entrance and areas, these internal operations all meet the town ordinances and nothing will really change from what has been going on. Lighting, same thing with these and most of the rest of them that I'll go through. Nothing's really changing from what has been going on and is proposed to continue to go on. Lighting meets the town ordinances. With utilities, utilities for the proposed building, this is at the time of the application were being researched, evaluated, and designed as part of the site plan submittal for the project. At this time, the site plan has been submitted, reviewed, and actually resubmitted as of yesterday. And this proposal will include tying on to the adjacent gravity sewer, whereas now the sewer has been on a septic system. So that will certainly be an improvement for utilities. Open space and landscaping. It's existing site, no change to the open space is proposed. Landscaping meets the ordinances and no change there is proposed. Environmental protection on this existing development. No change to the environmental conditions is proposed. There are wetlands and buffers existing, but no change or no encroachment on that is proposed. Effect on adjacent property. There is no foreseeable effect on adjacent properties. As stated, this is an existing ongoing operation, and this proposed control building really will not change the use or operation. So be no effect on the adjacent properties from what there has been. Compatibility, small size of the proposed building in relation to the existing large spread out industrial use will seem to have no impact to the relationship to other adjacent properties.
All right, thank you, Mr. Bartlett.
Yes, sir.
Is there anybody else online that has connected?
I have no public has joined.
Okay, no public has joined. I'll ask it anyway, just to put it in the minutes. Is there anyone else that wishes to speak in favor of the petition? Having no one online, is there anyone that wishes to speak in opposition to the petition? All right. Does any of the board members have questions for Mr. Bartlett? Bill? No? Angela?
No, sir.
No? Okay. Michelle?
No, sir.
All right. I do have actually one question for Ms. Davison. Mr. Bartlett mentioned that he has submitted his plan with reference to the utilities and then resubmitted yesterday. Is there any feedback from staff on those plans that you're aware of?
I do not believe there were any utility issues.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Mhm.
All right. Mr. Bartlett, is there anything that you wish to add to the testimony that you've entered?
I do not.
All right. Thank you, sir. All right. At this
Thank you.
time, I will close the public input and allow the board to discuss among itself. Are there any general discussions from anybody? Okay. All right. Then we will proceed with the findings of fact. Do I have a motion for finding of fact number 1? Please be sure to raise your hand if you're making a motion or a second.
Okay.
All right. Bill?
The proposed use will not materially endanger the public health or safety if located where proposed and developed according to the plan as submitted, because it falls in line with the total design of the site and with all of the town of Fuquay-Varina regulations.
All right, you've heard the motion. Do I have a second?
I second.
All right, second from Michelle. All right, all in favor, please raise your right hand. All right, no opposition. All right, do I hear a motion on finding of fact number 2?
I make a motion that the proposed use meets all required conditions and specifications because they've submitted everything to the town. And everything seems to be in accordance with town regulations and guidelines.
All right, I have a motion from Michelle. Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, a second from Bill. All right, all in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed, like sign. All right, do I have a motion on finding of fact number 3?
I motion the
Okay,
proposed will not substantially injure the value of adjoining property or the use due to that it's in an industrial area and surrounded and surrounded 3 sides with existing buffered areas.
all right, I have a motion. Do I have a second?
I second.
All right, I have a motion and a second. All in favor, please raise your right hand. All right, all opposed, like sign. And do I have a motion on finding of fact number 4?
I, Michelle, motion that the location and character of the proposed use, if developed according to the plan submitted, will be in harmony with the area in which it is to be located in general conformity with the plan of the development of the town of Fuquay-Varina and its ordinances, because it is really not changing the specifics of where they're at or what they're planning to do, but it is enhancing what they already have, making it safer and better for their employees.
All right, we have a motion on finding of fact number 4. Do I have a second?
Second.
All right. All in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed, like sign. All right, and do I have a motion on petition BOA-SUP-2020-03?
I make a motion that we approve the special use permit petition, PIN 0688-5429995-BOA-SUP-2020-03.
Because
because the findings of fact have all been approved, and the project is generally in conformance with all the regulations of the town of Fuquay-Varina.
All right. We have a motion. Do I have a second?
I second.
All right. All right. All in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed, like sign. All right. I find that petition BOA-SUP-2020-03 has been approved. Thank you, Mr. Bartlett.
Thank y'all, appreciate it.
And we can let him go now. Is that right? All right. Thank you for your time, Mr. Bartlett.
Thank you.
What's my agenda? All right. Is there any new business before the board that anyone is aware of?
No.
All right. Is there any old business that anyone's aware of? No? Okay. Are there any administrative reports? Okay. All right. I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All right. I have a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second?
A second.
All right. Michelle raised her hand. Angela seconded. Okay. So we have a motion and a second. So all in favor, raise your right hand. All right. Board of Adjustment meeting for Tuesday, July 14th, 2020 for the town of Fuquay-Varina is now closed.